Well, two of us could leave.
City Council come to order.
Bowman. Here. Brown.
Here.
Ely. Here. Godwin.
Here.
Norris.
Here.
Rogers.
Here.
White.
Here.
Let's stand for the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, thank you. Approval of the minutes. You should have received a copy of minutes from the last meeting. Any additions or corrections? If not, those will stand approved. Approval of the agenda. There is one item under number 5. We do need to make an amendment there.
So I need to amend the supplemental. So what it is amended is the amount of the Water Capital Improvement Fund. There was another payment made on behalf of the city of Greenville, and it wasn't made until it was submitted 9/5, and it was just processed on Monday. So I would like to amend that capital improvement fund, and these are for postings only, to $3,593,835.87. There was a payment made on behalf of the city to the contractor of $746,174.28. And so these are for postings only, but I would like to amend that. And I have one other addition, which is the county auditor and treasurer fees. Those fees needed to be increased by $1,050 due to the budget was less than what we needed to post back, due to the fact that we are collecting more revenue because of the assessments and because of the DRDs. So we did not appropriate enough. They take fees out and we have to post them back to make the account whole to know what we're posting. So we did not appropriate enough in that posting. So it's just a posting thing to post back to make the account whole. So it's $1,050. That would be that, just those two
Take
things.
care? Okay.
Yes, thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you.
Make a motion to approve the agenda as amended.
Motion by Mr. Godwin to approve the agenda as amended. Discussion? Call the roll.
Roman.
Yes.
Brown.
Yes.
Ely.
Yes.
Godwin.
Yes.
Norris.
Yes.
Rogers.
Yes.
White.
Yes.
Okay, moving on, public hearing. Anyone wishing to address council, please step forward. All right. Seeing no one, we'll move on to administrative reports. Mr. Mayor.
I just got a few things I want to bring up date-wise. Oh, I'm sorry, yeah. Events, I'm as bad as Steve was. He never put his mic on here. We have 3 events. Trick or Treat, Greenville Trick or Treat is going to be Sunday, October 26th from 6 to 8 p.m. Beggars Night will be downtown on Thursday, October 30th from 7 to 9 p.m. And then the Veterans Day Parade, we're getting started with organizing that. And that's going to be, of course, on Tuesday, November 11th at 11 o'clock. And starting at the Marsh Building, the parade comes down Broadway. We make the stop and have the ceremony at the courthouse. And at 11 o'clock, we have the bells ringing and all that in honor of Veterans Day. So those are the 3 things that I wanted to mention, and for that, I pass.
Thank you. Moving on, Safety Service Director, Mr. Delk.
Thank you, Mr. President. First thing I wanted to talk about was our TNR CAP program. We had a lot of people here last time, so I just wanted to update council on where that stood. To date, we have spayed or neutered 114 feral cats. We currently have in the city's portion of the $4,000, $681.50 left, and then Dark County Humane Society matches whatever we put in, so another $681.50 would come from Dark County Humane Society, and it depends if they're male or female, but we can spay or neuter approximately 25 to 30 more cats for the remainder of the year.
What did we say the price was per cat?
It fluctuates $50 to $60, and it just depends if it's male or female. Sorry.
Just before you leave that.
Quicker.
In Montgomery County, they do them for $10 $10 a cat. We're paying 60. What's wrong with this picture?
We pay a vet. I'm sure they have a vet that's willing to do it for $10.
Got a grant, did they? They got a grant?
Did that vet go to med school?
That's what those guys said out here the other
I
last.
talked to somebody from Montgomery County that said they were paying $10 a cat.
Yeah. You want a job?
Would they like to do more?
Well, the question is not, do they want to do more? The question is, if they get them done for 10, why in Dark County does it cost 60? I'm just asking a simple
Yeah,
question.
I would gladly check in to see if we could, and if the Humane Society would be willing to drive in there. It's pretty substantial savings. I will say it hasn't been recently, but probably a year ago, I tried to contact Montgomery County, Miami County's Humane Society to see, because they all had fairly successful TNR programs, to see how they did it and what they were being charged. And I was not able to get a hold of anybody at any of those facilities. And I know the gentleman that was here last week was talking about having to schedule and time slots and struggling to get them in.
It wasn't a matter they had an unlimited capacity. It was they made an agreement with a veterinarian who does them for $10 a head.
Yeah,
And our veterinarian agrees to do them for $60 a head,
yeah,
or 50.
yeah.
But,
Supply and demand.
no, that's, okay.
I talked to a fellow from Randolph County that was on the sheriff's department at one time. And I think he works somewhere with the Humane Society and so forth in Randolph County. And whether you agree or don't agree, they euthanize them.
Interesting.
I'm not getting into that business. That's what you were asking.
I was just passing you.
Thanks, Leo.
That's okay. They can do it for so much less. $10, I mean, that almost seems too good to be true.
I think it's more of just covering cost. than
Maybe so,
profit.
maybe that's what he's doing.
I think that kind of sounded like a contribution to the community as opposed to a for-profit contribution to the community.
They may have more than one. I used to help the Humane Society, and I would sit with the cats after they got fixed or whatever. And that lady comes over from, I think, Columbus. She goes her rounds to different places. That's why she only comes once a month, and she can only do so many, 15 males, 15 females, and then so many from the Humane Society themselves. So I think that's why they had that limit there, because she only comes once a month. She goes to other places. But I don't know why I don't know why if I was told this, but they might have more than one vet. And I think you have to be from Montgomery County to take advantage of that. I don't know if you can take, like, if they ask for it, you have to fill out the paperwork and all that, so I don't know how.
Just an observation.
Anything else on TNR?
Interesting.
I just want to touch base on the item number 2, the tray bell. So what that is an amendment to the current contract that allows Traybell to act on our behalf without having to come back to council and getting it approved. They will give us 24 hours to say yes or no. And it lays it out, and the numbers in there, they told me those are high in their opinion. It's just they wanted to have some flexibility. There's a lot of volatility in the market right now on electric and gas, and if we have to wait 3 weeks to come back to council, that price could go away. So they wanted to be able to lock in the contracts as quickly as possible, is what that amendment to that Traybell contract is.
But when they lock in, we're under an obligation.
What's that?
When they lock in like that in their negotiation, that still doesn't put us under an obligation, correct?
No, it does.
It does.
Every citizen can always opt out.
Yeah. But that's our aggregation program at that point.
And that's no different than the one we had with the prior supplier.
We had powers of attorney with them, and it was very
Same
similar.
thing.
Yep, yes.
Are we in with a bunch of other cities around here? Or are we just by ourselves?
Currently, we are by ourselves. Traybell is also the aggregation consultant for the town, for Greenville Township. They are already under contract, so this one we would be by ourselves.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And then on the item number 4, the OPWC, so that is just a grant that I'm applying for through Ohio Public Works Commission, and I applied for $641,680 worth of paving that would happen next year. Don't know if we'll get the grant or not, but then the city's portion, I applied for a $500,000 grant of that amount, and the city's portion would be $141,680. No guarantees we'll get it at this point. All I'm doing is applying. And then I just wanted to say that we had heard today that Richard Halley passed away this afternoon. I'm sure most of you up here on council have sat through his treaty speeches or Fort Greenville or archaeological digs, and he was definitely very knowledgeable, and we're going to lose a lot of history lessons there. So my condolences go out to his family. And with that, I will answer any questions, but I will pass.
When they do the paving this year, are they gonna do anything down there in front of like T-Ford's?
Yes. T-Ford's out here in front. We have a few of those like spots around. I think we have one on North Broadway we have to do, but a few of those larger patches.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, moving on. Town Director, Mr. Reaman.
Thank you, Mr. Council President. Just wanted to update council. So after the last meeting, I know Mr. White had submitted some information about considering regulating the park hours. I did do some digging and in a history lesson. The park board was established by vote of the citizens in November of 1918. And when that happened, that gives the regulation and the authority to do the rules and regulations with the park board. So council really just provides appropriations to them through the funding, but the actual regulations of the parks, the setting the rules, would come from the park board. So it seems like at this stage, the next step would be for council to make a recommendation to them to review the park board hours and have them act on it if they so desire.
Very good.
That's appropriate.
And with that, I'll answer any questions anyone has.
How do we do that?
Yeah, and so it would just be a communication to the park board, much like you get communications to you. And so whether council wants to make a recommendation, they've got a meeting, they meet on the first Tuesday of the month. So Ryan and I routinely attend, we'll make sure that they know, but to formally kind of do it, you may just want to have a letter written to the park board from city council asking them to review the hours.
So is this something everyone's in favor of or not?
On the, yeah, to get that to, our main thing in researching was to get the hours straight or carte blanche over everything. The dusk to dawn, I think, works in most all the parks, but then when we were talking about the city park, because of the activities out there, you know, do we make that, leave it at 10, but part of the problem is the websites are saying 24 hours. Two of the websites for the small parks say open 24 hours. So we got to get that cleaned up as well. I think that's more of a priority. And again, that's the social media, and it's like who controls that and who does the Google, because you can look at one that says 6 till 10 and the next one will say open 24 hours. I think we have to have some uniformity there. And that's why I think the smaller parks should be the dusk till dawn. But then the city park, I'm still mixed with, because it's always been 10, and we have everybody coming and going, and the joggers and the runners, and games finishing at 9
Yeah,
o'clock at
there's
night, 9:30, so.
A lot of people walking dogs, jogging, I see early in the morning, or
But is walking dogs and jogging and the park being closed mutually exclusive? I mean,
they're not using the park equipment, but they're gonna walk down the street. I mean,
well, we drive down the street too
Yeah.
when the parks are
All
closed.
the
So
pathways to the depot and,
I don't know that park open versus pedestrians transiting through the park are mutually exclusive.
I would agree with that.
So I think park hours and people walking through the park are two different things.
To a certain extent, like walking down the streets, not a problem. I think there's an argument to be made if you're using the trails that cut through the ponds, that maybe that is actually easy. But either way, I guess the moral of the story that I was trying to bring up, ultimately, it's a decision for the park board to make. And so it would be a referral to them to say, can you look at this? And it would be their decision on what they would like to do.
Well, you're not gonna get anybody complaining about somebody jogging down the pathway, right? Like, it's gonna be the
Right.
kids that are setting off fireworks on the pathway. That's the, that's the complaint.
I really wouldn't want to make a recommendation. I think it's okay that we could have them address it, look at it, see what their thoughts are. I don't want to push something on them. Seemingly, if we make a recommendation, they would somewhat feel a little obligated or not. Just let them know we're concerned.
Does Yolo Park fall under that as well?
Yellow Park is a park.
Yep.
It would be any city property that has been dedicated as a park then falls under the jurisdiction of the park board.
Okay.
but either way, something's got to be done, whoever's in charge of the social media part, because people look at their phones to get those hours. So, that's, my biggest crux is to make sure that the information is available to the public.
What on social media that say they're open all night or all day?
That we found the 24-hour, Greg, in 2 spots.
I didn't. That was me.
Or, yeah, you got the 24-hour.
In 2 spots, where?
For the park down on 4th Street, when you just Google Greenville Parks, and you start looking them up, and
It's
just
on
say,
social media, it must be true, right?
yeah, well, it's Google, I wouldn't know if that's social media, because it's not necessarily a two-way thing, but still Google is what people go for, they look up the hours for the city building, they look up the hours for when's the football game, blah, 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 and then,
Well, it's the confusion factor.
right,
Like Bish Park says dusk till dawn on the sign in front of it. Online, it says 6 a.m. to 10 p.m.
so it's not even
So
consistent.
there's an inconsistency that, I'm not saying we're going to patrol the parks and start issuing tickets for people being in the park, but there needs to be some I would think, we would want some kind of framework around
it has to
our
be uniform.
parks.
Yeah.
And I believe it was the initiation of all this was to have established hours posted at each of the parks, right? Chief, we were kind of talking about being able to do that. That was kind of where this all came from, right?
Correct. And I think some of the confusion, like with Bish, it's my understanding, and correct me if I'm wrong, but some of these parks are owned by the county. So we've always kind of helped enforce that with them if there's an issue out there. But I think to Chris's point that some uniformity, like with social media, if it's not broken, don't fix it. Obviously, we're not enforcing people walking their dogs, but if there's juveniles, being delinquent, then we handle that. I don't personally think it needs changed, but maybe if the park board reviews it and we need to make a change, then let us know and we'll handle it. But so there's not really been a major concern. We don't enforce people driving through the park or cutting through the trails. It's common sense. That's kind of what we're doing.
The idea was to post the hours so you
Yeah,
have
exactly.
the pop to be able to enforce.
Yeah, we don't want
Trespassing or
people
something,
sleeping
right?
in the park anytime, but especially at night, is when we can enforce it. And I think if there's some signage, 10 PM to 6 AM or whatever it is, then that gives us some teeth on our end to enforce that. And a lot of these parks don't have signs. I know North Park does, but it's a little sign, you know, in the corner somewhere. So if we could, I think signage is a big issue there. Whatever the hours are, I don't care, but we need to clearly post it.
And making people notified, whether it's by sign or to make sure that the Google searches
Yeah.
are.
Or both.
Yeah.
Both, I mean, it needs to be
Both, yeah,
clear. I mean, we
exactly.
don't,
Should be consistent.
yeah, let's just make it, whatever it is, let's make it clear. Everyone's using Google now, so, yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks, Ryan. Appreciate it, man.
So question, are we writing a letter? Are we not writing a letter? Or are we just talking about it and going
so-
around the bend?
I guess you'd call me the clerk of the park board?
I'm just asking.
No, absolutely. I attend every meeting, I do the minutes and the agenda, so I gladly add it to it. As far as social media goes, like they do a Facebook page that the president of the park board controls. As far as, I guess, the Google stuff would fall back onto me to make those changes, which I have no problems doing that. And then, yeah, to Chief Benji's point, Alice Bish Park is actually owned by Dark County Park, so it falls under a different jurisdiction than us, but we're Main Park, North Park, South Park, Yellow Park, Rotary Park, Emmett Smith Park, Annie Oakley Park. I think that's all of ours.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you don't have to write some formal letter for me. I gladly bring it to their attention and ask them to look at it. I will say our next meeting is October 7th, and in October, we always do a park walkthrough, and that's when our meeting's scheduled, so there's not a whole lot of business conducted during that meeting. It's looking at projects and future plans for the park is what we do at our October meeting, and that's already scheduled for the 7th at 5 PM. But I will gladly add it to the agenda.
Yeah, that sounds like that's pretty important. I mean, and the consistency, I think, that's kind of what I'm gathering right now. It seems to be an issue, so.
And the logic of Yolo Park staying open later than all the other parks?
And I'm with you. I'm trying to remember. I know it was talked like Yellow Park's one of the newer parks. If I remember correctly, it was talked about back when Yolo Park was built, and maybe it was even a recommendation of Yolo, who built the park and gave it to the city. That's what they requested, the hours.
That was my memory of it. When YOLO, the organization that built the park and donated in, because they wanted it to coincide with First Fridays and some later downtown events, they do a concert series there. They wanted to have the ability to have it open slightly later than 9 o'clock, especially in the summer months. And so I recall that when they donated it, they had asked to extend the hours for that park.
And I think we've talked about it, for special events, no, not a problem, but on a day-to-day basis, open till 11, but you lock up the restrooms at 9? I'm just,
Yeah. And we just changed that recently. We used to keep it with park hours, but to kind of clean it up, we changed those blocking.
what good happens in the park after dark on the normal days of the year? Just a question.
I used to have a lot of fun out there when I was a kid after dark. There was no lights then.
Such a rowdy.
Faded memories.
It was
There were a lot
long,
of
long
things
time
that I
ago.
played in high school, capture the flag in the city park.
Yeah.
Could not do.
But I'm with you. Different times. I'll request that they, fill them in on all of your concerns and what we're trying to do and work on getting that Google stuff cleaned up and have consistency.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
Anything else? Any other questions for Mr. Reaman? Moving on, Auditor, Mrs. Davis.
Thank you, Mr. President. I just want to make everyone aware that the audit was reviewed by the state and it has been posted on the state's website. The city did receive a clean audit, and all of council and the administration should have received an email with the attachment of the audit showing you that information. If you have any questions on it, I'd be glad to answer them. We can meet up and go over it if you do, but like I said, the city did have a clean audit. The other thing would be the supplemental. I did review that briefly. The general fund, there's a supplemental for the $8,445 for the fire department. Those funds are collected for fire prevention, and they are donations from the community. So that is not extra money that we are appropriating, it's donation money that we are appropriating so that the fire department can buy those items for the classroom. And like I had said before, the wastewater capital improvement fund, those are just postings, in and out postings on the continuing construction of our wastewater treatment plant. And then there is a transfer for $100. We transferred it from equipment maintenance pool to refunds. There was a pool party that was unable to be had, so we owe that individual a $250 refund, and it was an error on our part. We just need to at least appropriate for one refund, and we didn't because it's very, very rare. But this coming budget cycle, we will appropriate for one refund. And I believe that's all I have. If you have any questions on any of the other legislation or anything else?
Mr. President, listen to this. The pool thing is $100 in the legislation, but it's a $250 refund?
Yes, so we had appropriated $150, which would have been a refund for a family pass or something that would have gotten messed. We just did not put the two and two together with the pool.
And the wastewater plant capital money,
Yes,
it's a posting that was or was not already existing in the budget or within in the capital improvement fund for wastewater.
it is not in the budget. It was not in the budget. It's part of the loan that was approved by council for the refurbishment of our wastewater treatment plant. So as those payments are made to the contractor, they're made, OWDA makes the payments directly to the contractor, and as those payments are made, they have to be put on the books for the city. So what we have to do, we can't really appropriate the money, but we have to, we have to do it as we go. So there'll be more of these coming forward. So basically, they've paid the money on the city's behalf. We have to appropriate the money to be able to post it. So we post the revenue on the city's behalf, and then we post the expenditure. And when the project is completed and closed, that's when we will know the loan amount and be able to carry everything
Move it all
forward.
over to the-
Correct, yes. Any other questions on anything else?
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Moving on, committee reports, two scheduled for tonight. First one out of Utility Committee.
Honorable members of council, the Utilities Committee hereby submits our report. The Utilities Committee met on August 28, 2025 to discuss water and sewer rates, tap-in fees, lead lines, and storm water runoff. There are over 2,000 lead water lines in the city that need to be addressed in the near future. The water plant was built in 1980 and the life expectancy is 50 to 60 years. The water meters were installed about 15 years ago and the life expectancy is 20 years. We will need to start thinking about saving for new water meters, which will cost around $2.5 million. The cost of chemicals continues to increase. After discussion, the Utilities Committee recommends that the water rates will increase 5%, the storm water will increase from $2.95 to $3.10 a month, and the sewer tap-in fee will be reduced from $1,350 to $600. The water tap-in fee will remain the same at $900. The Utilities Committee decided the rate increases are necessary to cover the increase in chemicals, replacement of lead lines, and tap-in fees. The average water bill within the city with a 5% increase will result in a $1.54 increase a month, totaling $33.60 a year. The rate increase will be effective March 1st, 2026. Respectfully submitted, Committee on Utilities, Clarence Godwin, Chairman, Chris Norris, Vice Chairman, and Brian Brown, Member.
You've heard the committee report.
Move to accept the committee report.
Motion by Mr. Rogers to accept the committee report. Discussion? Call the roll.
Roman,
Yes.
Brown,
Yes.
Ely,
Yes.
Godwin,
Yes.
Norris,
Yes.
Rogers.
Yes.
White.
Yes.
Okay. And number two, ad hoc committee.
Honorable members of council, the ad hoc committee hereby submits our report. The ad hoc committee met on September 8th, 2025 at 8:30 a.m. to discuss creating a joint fire EMS district. City council discussed the future of the ad hoc committee during the August 5th council meeting. The ad hoc committee felt we needed to determine whether we should dismiss the assignment or if we should pursue a plan that combines the Greenville Fire Department and Greenville Township Fire and Rescue Services. After discussion, the ad hoc committee decided we would like to continue with the assignment. The committee is in favor of continuing to investigate and develop a plan that can be agreed upon by both the city and township. There are several reasons the ad hoc committee believes the assignment should be pursued, with the main reason being financial. With the escalating cost of equipment and salaries, plus the overlap of services, the ad hoc committee believes it would be beneficial to combine both entities. The ad hoc committee recommends pursuing the assignment and discussing the idea of combining services and administration. The ad hoc committee recommends reestablishing the need and purpose of the committee moving forward. Respectfully submitted, the ad hoc committee, Steve Woolman, Chairman, Greg White, Vice Chairman, and Dolores Ely, Member.
Okay, you've heard this committee report.
Move to accept the committee's report.
Motion by Mr. Rogers to accept the committee report. Discussion? Call the roll.
Roman,
Yes.
Brown,
Yes.
Ely,
Yes.
Godwin,
Yes.
Norris.
Yes.
Rogers.
Yes.
White.
Yes.
Can you guys sign that?
So with accepting that, we just recommend that we keep that open and continue to meet. Is that-
Start meeting, yes. Yes, start meeting. Sorry, you signed that. Yeah, we wanted to make sure, because I think we were acting upon, Mr. White and myself. That's been a couple of years, and this is his first meeting. I want to reestablish what council would like the committee to look at as far as, there was some good discussion on, is this the end of it? And is that an outcome that we might have had? Or is it something that council wants us to continue to investigate? So as time goes along, and who's involved, we couldn't get along without having our chief and the township chief involved, and of course, down the road, if you continue with this, that we'd certainly have to have an agreement done. So it's going to take a little time to catch up a little bit on what's all been done. We have some more information today. So, and I think there's some changes in council, there's changes in township, and some more information from the area that could be beneficial in looking at whether it would be a good deal or a good possibility that we could combine into some kind of, maybe not a cog, but a joint district. So is that the direction that council wants? Is that the committee should continue, and is that what council would want us to do, to still investigate, to be able to have a joint fire district? And that, whatever I was going to say. I don't know if there's, and so the timeline is, well, I don't know. We just want council, we just want to make sure that we're doing what council wants. Since it's been so long, it's been a couple of years since we met.
Go ahead, Mike.
My understanding, they're kind of working together now, and I think it's just logistics and et cetera that it needs to be worked out the way I'm understanding it. Whether taxes or, what, all the ramifications are.
Down the road, it looks like that, as far as finance goes, it's something that you can start working on it now, and maybe get somewhat of a good plan together, and seemingly down the road, and I think a lot of people are on board with this, that financially, it's going to be a must. I mean, you talk about, one of the big discussions we had, or the big items of discussion was, are we both going to buy a fire truck to serve the same area? How much overlapping services are we going to have, that we could save money on? So and you're talking about $1 million fire trucks, it's, do we need two more? Or do you just need one? It's like, and that goes along with a lot of expenses that we would have. So, and for us as a committee, we saw the necessity of continuing this and to make sure that council's on board.
Very good. Anybody have anything to add?
I can agree with it. I think we ought to keep it going.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, keep us informed then when you
So I
have a
guess,
meeting.
in that direction, so you want like us to continue, but the outcome is maybe, hopefully a plan to do that, to have a joint district. I don't know if you guys want to jump in on anything, and I thought we were all on board, we talked about it, so make sure I signed it, but I'll make sure you guys were still on board with what I said. So, okay.
Oh, very good, thank you. Okay, moving on, ordinances and resolutions. We have 6 on the agenda. The first is a resolution to authorize the auditor to enter into contract.
A resolution authorizing a contract not to exceed 1 year in duration with Littman Thomas Insurance Agency for the providing of liability insurance coverage for the city of Greenville, Ohio, and declaring an emergency. This resolution authorizes the city auditor to enter into a contract not to exceed 1 year with Littman Thomas Insurance Agency for the provision of liability insurance for Greenville from October 1st, 2025 through September 30th, 2026. This resolution has an emergency clause.
And this was already given first reading, correct? So that was your second reading?
This was the second, right?
Correct.
I'm saying, so.
Okay.
Just have the, I would say, I can't remember how to say it.
Just want to
Suspend the rules and
give it a third
read this
reading?
by a third reading, yes.
Okay.
Let's do that.
Motion by Mr. Willman to suspend the rules, give this resolution a third reading by title only. Discussion? Call the roll.
Willman,
Yes.
Brown,
Yes.
Ely,
Yes.
Godwin,
Yes.
Norris,
Abstain.
Rogers,
Yes.
White.
No.
Moving on, number 2, we have a resolution authorize safety service director to enter into agreement with Traybell.
A resolution authorizing the Safety Service Director to enter into a limited agency authority agreement with Traybell LLC for the rendering of professional consulting services. This resolution authorizes the Safety Service Director to enter into an addendum agreement with Traybell LLC for consulting services related to aggregation.
Move to suspend the rules and give this resolution second and third reading by title only.
Motion by Mr. Rogers to suspend the rules, give this resolution second, third reading by title only. Discussion? Call the roll.
Willman,
Yes.
Brown,
Yes.
Ely,
Yes.
Godwin,
Yes.
Norris,
Yes.
Rogers,
Yes.
White.
Yes.
A resolution authorizing the Safety Service Director to enter into a limited agency authority agreement with Traybell LLC for the rendering of professional consulting services. A resolution authorizing the Safety Service Director to enter into a limited agency authority agreement with Traybell LLC for the rendering of professional consulting services.
Motion to adopt?
Motion by Mr. Godwin to adopt the resolution. Discussion?
Mr. President, Mr. Delp, we're back to the simple fact that this is a no cost to the city agreement that we have with Traybell.
Correct.
They're paid on the other side.
Correct.
And this is just giving them the flexibility to lock in on our behalf.
Correct.
Nothing more, nothing less.
Correct.
With Mr. Delp's approval. They still have to contact them.
Right. Okay.
Any further discussion?
Mr. President, one other question. If they do lock in, then how do they communicate the completion of that lock-in to us as the city?
The citizens, there will be letters mailed out that, that there's a new aggregation rate locked in, and it'll tell the citizens how to, like, basically it's opt-out letters is what we refer to them. So everyone automatically goes in unless they're already in an existing contract, like say they got on Apples to Apples and entered a 12-month contract, different. Those people won't be automatically put in, but everyone else that's on the standard choice offer will get locked in unless they opt out.
And they're looking to start an aggregation at what date?
So our current electric aggregation doesn't expire until December, so that would be the start.
Right.
So it depends on your billing cycle. So if if you're, say, for an example, if your billing cycle ends December 15th, so it's your date, so then December 15th would be your last one,
Your December 15th closing bill,
closing bill.
whatever your December closing bill is.
Yes. So those would be, the plan is to get all that in place as of December, so then once your January bill comes in, you're already locked in on your aggregation. Gas, we currently don't have one. Everyone's on the standard choice. Or another contract, yes. So sooner the better on the gas aggregation side.
And they're anticipating when, locking in when? We're now heading to beginning of October.
When I had the conversation with them yesterday, they were hoping that once I got this to them, they've already started with negotiations. They were hoping to be able to lock in within the next few weeks.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Any other discussion? Call the roll.
Roman.
Yes.
Brown.
Yes.
Ely.
Yes.
Godwin.
Yes.
Norris.
Yes.
Rogers.
Yes.
White.
Yes.
Okay, moving on, number 3, a resolution to adopt transit policies.
A resolution adopting transit policies for additional passenger rules and regulations and no-shows. This resolution adopts the additional passenger rules and regulations and no-show policies for the transit department.
Okay, moving on. Number 4, a resolution to authorize Safety Service Director to participate in OPWC program.
A resolution authorizing Safety Service Director to prepare and submit an application to participate in the Ohio Public Works Commission State Capital Improvement and/or Local Transportation Improvement Programs and to execute contracts as required. This resolution authorizes the Safety Service Director to prepare and submit an application to participate in the Ohio Public Works Commission State Capital Improvement Program and the Local Transportation Improvement Program to provide financial assistance to political subdivisions for capital improvements to public infrastructure.
Make a motion to suspend the rules on this resolution, read it by title only, second, third time.
Motion by Mr. Godwin to suspend the rules, give this resolution second, third reading by title only. Discussion? Call the roll.
Roman.
Yes.
Brown.
Yes.
Ely.
Yes.
Godwin.
Yes.
Norris.
Yes.
Rogers.
Yes.
White.
Yes.
A resolution authorizing the Safety Service Director to prepare and submit an application to participate in the Ohio Public Works Commission State Capital Improvement and/or Local Transportation Improvement Programs and to execute contracts as required. A resolution authorizing Safety Service Director to prepare and submit an application to participate in the Ohio Public Works Commission State Capital Improvement and/or Local Transportation Improvement Programs and to execute contracts as required.
Move to adopt the resolution.
Motion by Mr. Rogers to adopt the resolution. Discussion?
Mr. President?
Yes.
Mr. Dell, if you apply and do not get your $500,000 grant, what impact will that have on this paving project going into 2026?
So it really just depends what our carryover is and what is put into the CIP. So for an example, we typically are around $800,000-ish in paving is what we try to do every year from carryover and CIP. If we get this, that'll just allow us to pave that many more streets. If we do not get this, then, the plan is always to stay around that $800,000 mark, but it just all depends on what the carryover
How
is
much
from
do we
this year.
budget this year?
For paving, $650. And $650 in CIP and $150 in permissive.
And how much are we doing this year?
The bids came in at around $500,000. The original engineer's estimate was around that $650 mark. And the bids came in much lower than
So you're
what we
seeing that's
expected.
carryover money going into next year?
Yep,
Okay. Thank you.
you're welcome.
Any other discussion? Call the roll.
Roman.
Yes.
Brown.
Yes.
Ely.
Yes.
Godwin.
Yes.
Norris.
Yes.
Rogers.
Yes.
White.
Yes.
Okay, number 5, supplemental ordinance.
An ordinance to make additional appropriations for current expenses and other expenditures of the City of Greenville, State of Ohio during the fiscal year ending December 31st, 2025. The supplemental ordinance allows for appropriations in the general fund and wastewater capital improvement fund in the sum as follows. County auditor and treasurer fees in the amount of $1,050. These funds are needed due to the increased chargebacks from the real estate revenue. Office supplies fire in the amount of $8,445. These funds were received as donations as part of the Fire and Life Safety campaign through the fire department and will be used to purchase miscellaneous education materials to be used in the city's schools and classrooms during the October 2025 Fire Prevention Month. New equipment, wastewater capital improvement, in the amount of $3,593,835.87. These funds are needed due to a wastewater treatment plant solids handling project. These are funds that will need to be posted as the payments were made on behalf of the city by OWDA plus reimbursement funds the city paid for engineering costs.
You've heard the first reading.
Move to suspend the rules, give this ordinance second and third reading by title only.
Motion by Mr. Rogers to suspend the rules, give this ordinance a second and third reading by title only. Discussion? Call the roll.
Roman?
Yes.
Brown?
Yes.
Ely?
Yes.
Godwin?
Yes.
Norris?
Yes.
Rogers?
Yes.
White?
Yes.
An ordinance to make additional appropriations for current expenses and other expenditures of the City of Greenville, State of Ohio during the fiscal year ending December 31st, 2025. An ordinance to make additional appropriations for current expenses and other expenditures of the City of Greenville, State of Ohio during the fiscal year ending December 31st, 2025.
Motion to adopt.
Motion by Mr. Godwin to adopt the ordinance. Discussion?
Mr. President, Ms. Davis, Mr. Delk, is this the first posting we've had for the capital project for wastewater solids?
It is. We had some engineering reimbursements, those just go back into the fund. Engineering went out that we did pay for from the city funding that was already part of the budget.
Paid for the city.
Correct. And this is the first posting. There's 3 different payments to Peterson, the construction company. But this is the first posting, but this will catch us up to date with all of the postings.
So part 2 of that question, is this 3.6 million in line with the estimates of the project?
Yes, sir.
So this is 3.6 million of about 20 million.
Correct.
Thank you.
Any other discussion? Call the roll.
Roman?
Yes.
Brown?
Yes.
Ely?
Yes.
Godwin?
Yes.
Norris?
Yes.
Rogers?
Yes.
White?
Yes.
Number 6, we have a transfer ordinance.
An ordinance for the transfer of funds among the appropriations of the various funds of the City of Greenville. This transfer ordinance allows for a transfer in the swimming pool maintenance and operating fund in the sum as follows. $100 from equipment maintenance pool to refunds pool. These funds are needed due to a refund for a pool party.
Move to suspend the rules on this ordinance and read it by title only, second and third time.
Motion by Mr. Godwin to suspend the rules, give this ordinance a second and third reading by title only. Discussion? Call the roll.
Roman?
Yes.
Brown?
Yeah.
Ely?
Yes.
Godwin?
Yes.
Norris?
Yes.
Rogers?
Yes.
White?
Yep.
An ordinance for the transfer of funds among the appropriations of the various funds of the City of Greenville. An ordinance for the transfer of funds among the appropriations of the various funds of the City of Greenville.
Move to adopt the ordinance.
Motion by Mr. Rogers to adopt the ordinance. Discussion? Call the roll.
Roman?
Yes.
Brown?
Yes.
Ely?
Yes.
Godwin?
Yes.
Norris?
Yes.
Rogers?
Yes.
White?
Yes.
Okay, that's all for ordinances and resolutions. Under old business, the tabled item, should we take action on that to remove it if we're going to pass that on or leave it sit for now?
Leave it so it'll
Okay.
fall off.
Very good. Moving on, nothing under new business. Our council representative outside committee, Main Street Greenville, Mrs. Ely has
Yes.
a report.
Brandon was scheduled to come and speak with you tonight. However, he had a family conflict, and he asked that I read this report from him. As summer winds down, we can reflect on some great new events that took place so far this year. From a new Star Wars event to a schools out bash, and finally the first ever Jeep rally in Greenville. We want to thank the city of Greenville, specifically the police department and the street department, for helping us create a safe environment for the community during our events. We are living in a time where small businesses are struggling to survive, and as we are saddened by the stores that have left downtown, we are excited to have empty storefronts not empty for long. Beyond 3D printing, more Coco's clothing, and the Yarn Remedy are the most recent new businesses downtown. Summer may be coming to an end, but there are plenty more events coming this fall, including the second annual Fall Crawl on Saturday, October the 11th, which is a Girls' Day Out shopping event. And finally, we are in the planning stages of the Hometown Holiday Horse Parade and Lighted Truck and Tractor Parade. The parade is Saturday, November the 22nd at 7 p.m. and submitted by Brandon. Thank you.
Thank you. And then the Architectural Review Board. Do we have any updates on that?
No, I was out of town for work at the last meeting.
Okay.
Mayor, do you have any?
Not offhand, I don't. We talked a little bit about wayfinding signs, and we're trying to get back to work on that, but
It's been a work
other
in
than that,
progress.
it was just an approval of a sign, and I can't recall which business that was.
Coco,
Thank you.
Coco Clothing.
Yeah, Greg, you're on
It's Coco Clothing.
it. Yeah, exactly.
When do they
Thanks.
normally meet, ARB?
It's the second Tuesday of the month at 8:30 downstairs in the conference room.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Greg, I appreciate that.
Mr. President, before you continue with communications, I am going to need to request an extra council meeting before the end of the month, as the renewal for the audit, for our liability insurance for the city is October 1. And so I need to request another meeting in order to get that legislation. And as always, you please contact me with any questions that you might have regarding that. My door is always open for questions and any concerns.
Okay, would you like to set that now?
Before we leave, yes. You can do it at any time in the meeting. I just wanted to let you know that I do need it.
Next Tuesday, 6 o'clock?
I'm gone.
Yes.
I'm gone.
We're gonna have to set one and go. Everyone's gonna have to,
That's fine. Not here.
anything this week available? We gotta wait till at least Thursday.
You need 4 voting members in theory to
Okay.
create a quorum.
I'm out of town. I have to leave early in the morning for Columbus for training until Friday afternoon.
Okay. Monday?
You name it, I'll be there.
I'm on travel, sorry.
I can make Monday.
Monday at 6? Monday at 5?
You talking about the 22nd?
Correct.
Tuesday's slightly better for me, but
No, I'm out Tuesday. I can do Monday, I can't do Tuesday.
yeah, let's do Monday.
Monday at 5?
6?
6?
I was gonna say 6 is gonna be better for me.
Monday at 6?
Way hospital golf outing on
Okay.
Monday.
Monday at
So we
6.
will have enough.
The 22nd,
Dolores is the only one that can't be here.
22nd at 6 o'clock.
Okay. Thank you. Jessica will get the notice sent out.
6.
Monday at 6, I said.
And if there are questions, I would like for them to be presented so that we can make sure everyone feels comfortable.
Very good.
Thank you.
Communications.
We received the monthly reports of July from the Transit Department and the monthly reports of August from the Street Department, Income Tax Department, and Transit Department.
Okay, let's call down the council.
Jimmy? Yes, it's a shame. I've talked to Richard Howley quite a few times. He's a good Greenville guy and like to see things done, community the right way. Had quite a few talks with him. Sometimes it's confusing, but he meant the best. So wished his family the best and health for all of them. So I have a little report maybe. It didn't come up yet. We had a cemetery meeting a couple weeks ago. And a couple of items I wanted to bring up for your attention. In the new part of the cemetery, if you drive down the access road from old cemetery to new cemetery, the first street you get to, you turn left. And at the end of that, there's going to be they're going to open up a new section of cemetery. And they're starting to sell a few plots in there.
Also, there's a building being built, had to wait for some parts and had to wait for a little bit more cement to be poured. So there'll be a little shelter there for that. We call those,
The columbarium.
bariums, yeah, so those are still ongoing projects, so, if you go that way, check them out, so. And that's all I got, thanks.
Thank you.
Brown,
Well, I was gonna say this is gonna be my last meeting, but apparently I got one more. So most of you are aware, the 30th will be my last day as a council member. I have moved outside of the city limits, therefore I'm required to resign. So tidying up the last of what we got, and then we'll be out of here. So thank you all for different leadership, different answering some of my questions that probably seem silly at times, and yeah, it's been fun and been fun to learn. So I don't intend on stopping with the party by any means. Would like to get involved down in Arcanum, so hopefully you'll see me around.
Thanks for serving.
No problem. With that, a pass.
Ely,
Pass.
Godwin,
Thanks for serving, Brian. And I'm gonna ask the fire chief about, I think it's about 5 months ago, you said something about updates on the fire truck that we ordered back some time ago. So I'm gonna put you on the spot. So, you said something about updates, you know.
You're talking about the fire truck we have ordered?
Yeah,
You just want an update on it?
yep.
So I just got notified that it made the queue, which means it's getting really close to starting the build. So we're waiting on a phone call.
Tires on it yet.
What's that?
Haven't put
I
tires.
haven't done anything
I don't have a
yet.
chassis yet.
So they're supposed to be contacting us so we can schedule an appointment to go out and do our pre-build meeting. That is a part of that contract. So we'll go out there, finalize some things, make sure there's nothing that needs changed on our end or their end. And it's still slotted for hopefully sometime between April and May delivery as of right now.
Of next year.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Chief, while you're still there, I just had a question. Do you have a date established for open house for fire prevention?
I don't believe we do one this year. It's next year.
Okay, are you on
We
the,
do it every 2 years, and I believe it's slated for next year.
gotcha.
Okay.
Robert, that's pretty much on schedule, that fire truck being built, right? Didn't we see?
It is from the original, from what when we signed the contract.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it will be a 2026, not a 3-year-old engine.
It's supposed to be a 26.
And it'll be paid for before we get it. No, I mean, it'll be paid for in full before we get it, correct?
Yeah, it's desperately needed right now.
I know.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks for the department heads for coming tonight and public for coming. And with that, I'll pass.
Norris,
Yep. Thank you guys for coming, appreciate it. Brian, been good serving with you, man. Thank you very much for your service to the city. Chief, while you're here, we had coffee with the cops on Saturday morning. Dolores was there. Really good turnout, really good donuts there, so that was a good thing. K-9 Ats was there, so it was just good for the public coming in and out, and there was a lot of people that flowed through there. So Chief, we appreciate that and the outreach program. Then we followed that with Family Fun Day at the Elks, and that was some drug prevention. We had United Way there, a couple different fire departments because they had North Star and Arcanum there as well. And the police department was there, and K-9 Ats again. So nice afternoon and some good eats and good community involvement. That was very good, and rescue squad was there, that kind of thing. So it was really, really nice and a good time there. And then, Mr. President, if I can make a motion to excuse the absences for the month, please.
Absolutely. Motion by Mr. Norris to excuse the absences for the month of September. Discussion? Call the roll.
Roman,
Yes.
Brown,
Yes.
Ely,
Yes.
Godwin,
Yes.
Norris,
Yes.
Rogers.
Yes.
White.
Yes.
Anything else?
Pass, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Rogers,
Yes, thanks everybody for coming up, and thanks Brian for helping out on the city council. And so with that, I pass.
White,
I'll pass.
President Schmidt.
Brian, thank you for serving with us, and good luck to you. Hopefully,
Appreciate it.
hopefully you'll get involved down there.
Oh, yeah.
So, thanks for coming up, and that's all I have. I will pass.
Move to adjourn?
Motion by Mr. Rogers to adjourn. Discussion? Call the roll.
Roman,
Yes.
Brown,
Yes.
Ely,
Yes.
Godwin,
Yes.
Norris, Rogers.
Yes.
White.
Okay, thank you.